Today I'm here with John. John is someone from our coaching program, Agent Velocity, and I wanted to bring John on here because he has had amazing success in the past months with running his own lead gen agency. How are you doing, John?
Doing great. Enjoying everything I'm doing.
January has been a big milestone for you. What happened on January? What are we celebrating now?
In January, in terms of the results, 3 clients signed it. I started emailing back in November, and then December was just taking a lot of calls, taking a lot of discovery, sales calls, multiple closing.
Now it's January 18th, and what is your revenue for this month right now?
Right now, I collected around $14K, $500 for 3 clients, but this is just setup fee plus retainers, zero performance.
The really cool thing with you is you started off by going to the deep end. You already got huge Series A clients. Those are not the easiest deals to sign, big Series A companies. So you already started from there, which is, in my opinion, really cool. It has been crazy 3 months. I always want to ask, what were you doing before November you joined us? What were you doing back then?
So before November, I have a full-time job. I am working at Scale AI, which is a unicorn Series C startup that do machine learning and data labeling. And then I also run a crypto agency on the side where I help different protocols and companies do product design. But I think one of the biggest problems I face at the time for the design agency is the lack of leads.
You have a cool background with working with tech companies, so it played really nicely in the niche you picked for your agency. You were able to relate to those companies right from the get-go. You have worked with us for 3 months. Where do you think you have gotten the most value from working with us?
I think the biggest value is really the one-on-one coaching with you or Rob, getting that real hands-on support. If you go to other program that has smaller tickets, for example, you take a course, you maybe pay 1 or 2K, let's say 5K ticket size, and then you just have zero support from the mentor. The most important thing at the end of the day is the experience from you or Rob inside the program that's super valuable that you just can't take from anywhere. Because you can copy things online, you can learn things online, but these are unique experience and situation that are tailored only for you. I was taking so many courses. I was being burned by a lot of SMMA course until taking you guys, and I realized that, oh, this is why you guys can be so successful. It's because of the hands-on mentorship plus the unique offer crafted for each person's situation. And these are things that has been super valuable and is also not easily replicable across other lower ticket size courses.
Thank you. That's amazing to hear. Information, it's free nowadays. You can get information on anything from YouTube, from Twitter, from Instagram. Everyone's just giving out information, but it's the experience that you can't really find anywhere for free, which of course is the main difference maker. Now you have been seeing good results with your agency. How has it improved your business, your life? How has that affected your situation? Having an agency running really smoothly and having an offer that clearly converts.
To me, I think financial has never been a problem. I think it's more the validation and persistence of doing a business. It just challenged me so much that I'm so fulfilling. How can I get sales call with clients, right? How do I close? Objective handling, how to do marketing. Right now, thinking more about SEO and stuff. I think I just learned so much skills that can accompany me to be a better entrepreneur in the future. And I think this is what I want to continuously do because it's so challenging and it actually helps me a lot with growing my mindset, making me super persistent. You just have to do it no matter how many failures or rejections that you get.
Exactly. Yeah, I truly think the same as well. It builds your character. When you succeed, you close a client, you're like, oh shit, it's the validation that you get from yourself. I actually did it, which is the biggest thing. Where did you first hear about us and what was the thing that really caught your interest? There's a bunch of stuff and bunch of coaching programs. So how did you find us and why did you decide to start working with us specifically?
So Larry, I think for your case, I've been following you for a while. I've been following you on Twitter back in 2021. I was following and then I subscribed to your newsletter. There's an interesting story where you talk about your military, you talk about how you have not much money in the bank. Later on, I think you released something called the $1 lead gen packet. I think that one was super interesting. I paid for it and then look at all the content. And I feel it's really great, but then I feel there's also something missing. You don't get the full picture, right? You can take it, run with it, but you won't be successful. I saw you post more on getting more results and then starting agency with velocity. And then I started to get interest, especially when you post all the case study stuff, and I know I have to join. After taking Iman Ghadzi course for around 4 months, I've been just getting zero results, and then just burning my money.
Yeah, it's actually funny that you mentioned Iman's course. Obviously, I have nothing against him. He's an amazing entrepreneur, but probably 60% of the people in Age Velocity have all gone through that one course, and it has never really stuck with anyone. I myself also was running an SMMA agency before I went into lead gen, and I think the fact that with Legion, it's just so much more simple. There's one high leverage skill, which is called email. It's all based on numbers and averages, and there's no algorithms and media buying and ad budgets involved. It's just sending cold emails. So I think that is the main thing why it sticks so much easier, and it's so much easier to get results with it.
I think you bring up a good point about like doing the other ads, like media buying is so much harder. And plus it's very funny because in that course, it teaches you to hire people to do it first without you doing it. This is the thing that's really weird, because especially when I come into agency velocity, every single person should do all the fulfillment, set up all the stuff. If you don't reach more than 5 clients, and don't think about outsourcing all your stuff to domain setup, finding copywriters or whatever. And I think like able to fulfill it yourself seamlessly, able to get the client result by yourself is way more rewarding, because it's just like non-replaceable skills. And I think like the mindset shift, the paradigm shift also like is really important. When I take the course, it's like, oh yeah, I shouldn't do all the ads, I should outsource it. Thinking back probably doesn't make sense.
As a business owner, it's so important to be able to do everything before you hire it out. For example, sales, fulfillment, lead gen, all the websites, everything. Like, you should be able to do it first yourself. And then when you outsource it, you know how to outsource it. And then you can also make sure that you are not outsourcing it to the wrong person, because it just makes it way much easier. Plus you have way more conviction, and you're never depending on anyone. So how would you describe working with us? What does it look like when you have problems or when you're trying to do something? What does it look like to work with Agent Velocity IO?
It's amazing, because whenever I have questions, I can just go directly with you and Rob. And then I know like I have you guys support, right? You guys have my back. So all my questions, whether it's like sales, niches, everything, I just like toss it to you guys, and then you guys can answer me. And especially I really love your background, like you have been doing lead generation for like SaaS and like tech companies. Those insights were just super helpful in terms of helping me to formulate hypothesis and then understanding the customers that I'm talking to.
So how likely are you recommend us? If someone is listening this or watching this video and they are a little bit on the edge, they're maybe thinking about it or thinking about joining us, booking a call with us, what would you tell them?
11 out of 10. 11 out of fucking 10. It's no brainer to join you guys. I think especially like I take so many like side businesses building courses, and I end up like not being able consistently doing that. I just give up because there are no like coaching, there are no like community. When you think about like joining you guys, it's not only just like the one-on-one consultation, it's also this whole like crazy ass community where everyone's supportive. I was able to actually talk with other people within the community one-on-one. It was great. Knowledge sharing, understanding each other's situation. People are super helpful. Everyone's supportive. Like Daniel, like OG, for example, right? He also gave me some advices. These are the things that I think is so valuable, especially like you won't get it anywhere. I don't want to like trash on like Iman, of course, but like if I took his join a Facebook group, right, there's like so many people. You're not having a close-knit community. So I think like having this cap size of like around 100 to 200 people, I think is perfect, is amazing. And then I think lastly, the mindset wise, like really love like, especially like Larry, you show us like really good mindset. Just get out and like get feedback, and then like just send more volume. I think there's also this interesting concept of vanity metrics, right? I measure myself based on how many clients I get, but this is vanity in terms of like this is not actionable. So right now I'm trying to measure myself based on like how many cold emails I send, how many campaigns I do, and then how many discovery calls I'm able to book. These are things that's more actionable so that I can move my goals towards being more fulfilled if I take on more sales calls, because more sales calls means more experience. More experience means way easier to close the next client. Having this shift of mindset, focusing on the high return on investment tasks that you talk about, I think is really important.
Thank you, man. That has been like a really nice side thing. That wasn't even the main thing that we were looking for when we started out. But now just looking how close everyone is in the community and people are like each other and helping each other is mind blowing to see. The last thing that I want to ask you is if someone wants to do what you just did, so basically in 3 months, get to 14.5K a month, what would your advice be? What should someone do to get to a similar situation that you have been able to get?
I think there are 2 things. I think the most important, foundationally, is your VSL sending a bunch of volume, because I think having a good VSL helps the nurturing process. And then able to send a lot of volumes, right, helps to increase the chance of like, getting all the discovery calls. And second thing I think would be just doing an A/B testing on like, the offers, testing on the angles. Those are also helpful as well. And then because after having those information, you're able to get different responses from different prospects. People will ghost you, and then you just have to be fucking persistent. Those are helpful stuff. The third thing I think will be very interesting is how do you craft your offer in a way that you add more sauce, right? For example, if I'm selling lead gen to startups, maybe I help you to find product market fit as well, right? Maybe I help you to think about your problems, think about whether your business is solving a profitable unit economics case, right? Think about your CJ/LTV ratios. Just think from the prospect perspective in a way that can bring way more value to them, offer one-on-one coaching, offer those kind of stuff. So that when you're selling your lead gen, you're not just selling lead gen, because if you're just selling your cold email to them, it is just becoming a commodity where you are just competing with every single person. Yeah. So building that kind of interesting niche service for your specific audience.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a really good shout, because you can't really just sell lead generation or sell cold email as a service. That doesn't really take you that far. There's 500 other people selling lead generation to your niche. So how the fuck are you going to compete against those guys? But then you mentioned, could we also help them with product market fit? What is their most painful problem? The unit economics, can we help them with those? Just building a case that actually like plays into their biggest problem and solving that with your skill, which is cold email generation. And also, let's say that you take 50 calls, you will learn so much about the market that then creating a new offer for that market based on that information, it's going to be completely different, because it's actually what the market wants. So I think that's a really good point there. Thank you, John, for being here, doing this interview. It was fucking amazing. I hope everyone who watched this got a lot of value. John is a G, good results, good execution. Do what he did, and just don't overthink it and go for it. If you want to join us at agentvelocity.io and get results like John, maybe even better, go to agentvelocity.io, click get a price and book a call with us, and we'll see if it makes sense for us to work together. We'll show you how everything works, and we'll tell you if we can help you or not. It's been a pleasure. Bye.